They didn't believe in him. Not because he failed, but because he kept showing up with nothing to show for it. No results, no proof, no applause, just consistency. And that made people uncomfortable, because when someone refuses to quit, it forces everyone else to question why they did. See, people are fine with failure. They understand quitting. They can explain that. What they can't understand is persistence without praise. Showing up when no one is watching. Working when no one is clapping. Believing when there's no evidence yet. That kind of discipline exposes excuses. They start asking questions like, why is he still trying? Why hasn't he given up yet? What does he know that we don't? And the truth is, he doesn't know anything special. He just decided something early on, that quitting was no longer an option. While others waited for motivation, he showed up anyway. While others needed validation, he stayed silent and kept going. And the longer he stayed, the louder the doubt around him became. Not because he was wrong, but because his consistency made everyone else uncomfortable with their own lack of it. They laughed. They ignored him. They said he was wasting his time. But deep down, they were watching. Because there's something powerful, almost threatening, about someone who refuses to leave, even when the room is empty. And this story isn't about him. It's about what happens when you stay long after everyone else walks away. He started like everyone else does, with hope, not loud hope, not the kind you announce or post online, quiet hope, the kind you keep to yourself because you're not sure it can survive other people's opinions. So he worked after everyone went to sleep, when the world was quiet, when distractions were gone, when no one could see him trying. He trained when nobody was watching, no cameras, no crowd, no applause, just repetition, mistakes, sweat. He built when there was no audience, and at first, it felt right. There was excitement in the struggle, energy in the sacrifice, pride in knowing he was doing something most people wouldn't. Every late night felt like progress. Every early morning felt like proof that this time was different. But then time passed. Weeks went by, then months, and the excitement faded. The silence got louder. He started wondering when something would finally change, when effort would turn into results, when work would turn into recognition. But nothing happened. No breakthrough, no moment, no sign it was working. Just effort. Day after day, night after night, showing up and leaving with the same questions. Am I wasting my time? Is this even going anywhere? This is the part no one warns you about, the invisible phase, where you're doing everything right, but there's nothing to show for it. Where you're growing, but it feels like you're standing still. This is where most people stop. Not because they're weak, but because the silence convinces them that nothing is happening. And every day, it asks the same question. How long are you willing to keep going without proof? That's when the pressure arrived. Not all at once, not loud, slow, quiet, persistent. People started asking questions. Is this really working? How long are you going to keep doing this? Don't you think it's time to be realistic? At first, he brushed it off, smiled, changed the subject, but questions have a way of sticking. And slowly, the outside voices became inside voices. They followed him home, sat with him in silence, spoke the loudest when he was alone. He began to wonder if discipline was just another word for denial, if persistence was just pride disguised as strength. Every late night felt heavier, every early morning felt harder. Then he watched others quit. They stopped struggling, stopped sacrificing, stopped showing up, and they moved on. They looked lighter, happier, at peace. They slept more, laughed more, lived normal lives again. And for the first time, quitting didn't look like failure. It looked like relief. No more pressure, no more explaining, no more pretending everything was fine. Just rest. just silence. And in that moment, standing between who he was and who he was trying to become, quitting didn't feel weak. It felt peaceful. There was a night when the noise finally stopped. No expectations, no opinions, no one watching. Just him and the truth he had been avoiding. This hurts, not in the body, in the mind. The kind of pain you can't stretch away, the kind sleep doesn't fix. It hurts to pour everything you have into something that refuses to respond. To wake up every day already feeling behind before you even begin. It hurts to carry belief alone. To hold on to a vision that only exists in your head while the world keeps moving as if you're standing still. It hurts to choose the harder road again and again when the easier one is always right there. That night, there was no strength to perform, no motivation to borrow, no speeches to repeat. He wasn't brave, he was exhausted. Not the kind of tired that comes from effort, but the kind that comes from hope being tested too long. His mind replayed every decision, every sacrifice, every moment he could have stopped and didn't. And for the first time, he allowed himself to ask the question he'd been running from. What if this never works? No drama, no breakdown. Just a quiet, heavy pause where the weight finally settled. Because this is the bottom, not failure, not collapse, but the moment when pretending ends. And yet even here, something remained. Not confidence, not energy, choice, because tired people still decide. Worn down people still choose. And in that silence, before anything changed, he realized something important. This pain wasn't asking him to quit. It was asking what kind of person he would be when no one could save him from the decision. And that's when something moved. Not in circumstances, not in progress, in perspective. The questions that once circled his mind lost their grip. He no longer wondered, how long until this pays off? Instead, a heavier question appeared. What kind of man walks away after coming this far? In that moment, clarity didn't arrive as excitement. It arrived as honesty. He saw the truth most people avoid. Leaving doesn't erase discomfort, it simply replaces it. Short-term relief for long-term self-doubt. A lighter load today for a heavier weight tomorrow. Because disappointment fades, but self-betrayal stays. And once you abandon your own word, rebuilding trust with yourself becomes the hardest work of all. So he chose something different. Not enthusiasm, not belief, not reassurance. Commitment. A quiet, unshakable agreement made without witnesses. To continue showing up even when nothing changed, even when effort went unnoticed, even when progress felt invisible. Because continuing was no longer about reaching a finish line. It was about protecting who he was becoming. He understood that identity is built in moments no one celebrates, in choices made without emotion, in actions taken without proof. Every time he remained present, he was shaping something stronger than success. Character. And from that point on, continuing wasn't a struggle, it was alignment. Because once you decide who you refuse to become, the path forward stops being confusing. And slowly, almost unfairly, things began to shift. Not all at once, not in a way you could point to and celebrate. Just small changes, barely noticeable, but enough to feel. The weight he carried didn't disappear, it loosened. The doubt that once followed him lost its voice. Confidence didn't arrive as excitement, it arrived as calm. Fear stopped leading. Consistency took its place. There was no announcement, no breakthrough moment, just fewer bad days, more control. And then one day, without warning, people noticed. They said it came out of nowhere, that the timing was perfect, that he was lucky. They called it overnight success. But what they saw was only the surface. They didn't see the nights he chose discipline over comfort. They didn't see the mornings he showed up tired and stayed anyway. They didn't see the quiet decisions that never felt heroic but changed everything. They didn't feel the resistance, the boredom, the isolation, but he did. And that's why the victory didn't need noise. It didn't need applause. Because it wasn't about proving anything to anyone else. It was about honoring every moment he could have walked away and didn't. The outcome wasn't just progress. It was peace. Because when you earn something slowly, it stays. And when you build something quietly, it belongs to you. That's the reward of staying. Here's the lesson. The world doesn't reward potential. It rewards endurance. It doesn't care how talented you are, only how long you're willing to stay. If you're in a season where it feels quiet, slow, lonely, good, that's the season where most people leave. And that's exactly why staying works. If this story felt personal, if it felt like it was talking to you, subscribe to Successful Steel. Not for motivation, not for hype, but for reminders when the path feels empty and the weight feels personal. Let us know from the comment section where this video hits you real hard. Messages like this are rare, so share it with someone you really want this message to hit as well. If you're watching until now means you love the video. Give us a like, click, and turn on your notification bell to always get more videos from us. This space is built for those who choose depth over noise. For those who understand that real power doesn't announce itself. It shows up again and again. I highly recommend that you read some of the books on our description box or listen to the audiobooks even while you're working. It will help you understand life differently. For our subscribers who are finding it real hard and feel like talking to someone, comment free life section and we will schedule an appointment for a free life consultation with one of our team members. This free consultation sections will last until February the 14th, 2026. Remain steady, move with intention, carry the weight, stay steel. This is Successful Steel.